If we explore Cheydinhal, we'll notice a home with a guard posted outside 24 hours a day. What's going on here?
I'm sorry. No one except for Cheydinhal City Guard are allowed inside this home. Due to outstanding fines owed to the city, Aldos Othran's property has been seized and is now sealed until further notice. Good day.
Today we'll be exploring all ways to complete the quest Corruption and Conscience in Oblivion. I think this is a really underrated quest, so I look forward to sharing it with you all. First, let's see if we can speak with Aldos Othran about his situation.
Flying in the sky, cliff racer fly so high, flying. Why are you? Time is it?
Wow, homeboy is lit. Maybe someone else can tell us what happened to him.
Praise Arche and all her little woodland creatures. I'm Hill the Tall, priest of Arche. I love everything and everyone. You too.
Okay, buddy, so what's the deal with the fines?
Ever since Ulrich Leland took over the captain of the guard post, this city's gone downhill. It's getting almost scary to walk the streets. The guards have imposed new ridiculously heavy fines for every infraction under the sun. They almost seem to make up laws just for charging fines. If you can't pay the fine, they can take your property away or toss you in the castle dungeons. Nothing we can do about it, really. If you're interested, go talk to Llevana Nedaren. She seems the most outspoken against Ulrich and his new fines.
Alright, let's go speak with Llevana. She can usually be found in her home, which is right next to Aldos's house.
You seem far too nice to be one of Ulrich's men. What can I do for you?
Tell me about Ulrich Leland's fines.
Oh, please, don't even get me started. That madman won't be satisfied until everyone in town is dead broke. Or in jail. What in Oblivion is Ulrich doing with all that money anyway? I'm sure he's lining his pockets with the gold of the good citizens of Cheydinhal. Take my good friend Aldos Othran, for example. In the last month, he's been fined 6 times. 6! All for being drunk and disorderly. Have you ever gone past a guard barracks? When are they not drunk and disorderly? What kind of a stupid fine is that? Well, Aldos couldn't pay the last 2 fines, so they seized his home and threw him into the street until he could pay it. Bastards!
What about the Count?
The Count? He could care less about our plight. As long as the roast suckling pig is delivered to his feast table, he's as happy as can be.
Hey, does anybody care?
Well, there's one man who seems to care. Garrus Dorelian, the second in command of the guard. I hear he isn't happy with Ulrich. I don't know what you can do for us in this situation. I mean, Ulrich is the captain after all. Perhaps you could speak to Garrus. You can find him roaming the county hall of the castle most of the time. Poor fellow. You may be able to find him roaming the streets of Cheydinhal, probably drunk. Cliff racer fly so high. Only a month ago, he lost his wife. They were traveling the road from the Imperial City when a bandit raiding party struck. He barely escaped alive. Ever since then, he's been drunk. Sure, he gets rowdy sometimes, but he's never hurt anyone. I don't know where the Count found him, but I sure wish he'd send him back. He's a menace to this town.
Before going to Garrus, let's see if we can meet this Ulrich Leland guy.
I don't know you, and I don't care to know you. Get out of my way before I have you slapped in irons.
Hey, seems like a nice guy. Alright, time to speak with Garrus.
Yes? What do you want? I can't say I'm prepared to speak to you about that. No telling who will end up finding out.
Oh, he doesn't trust us. Minigame time.
That's just not funny. No more. You're frightening. Don't. I wish I could say that. You think that's funny? Remarkable. Don't. Please, I'm sorry. Don't try. That works for me. It appears you've spoken to Llevana. I know she sounds a bit like a raving madwoman, but she isn't far from the truth. Ulrich is definitely up to something. Every day, we take in exorbitant fines from the people. Where most of the money goes, I have a good idea. Ulrich keeps his quarters locked, but I've glimpsed inside. The things he has in there could never be purchased on a captain's salary. At first, I thought maybe he was from wealthy stock, but many of the goods have been delivered recently. I'd love to bring him to task in front of Count Indaris, but I dare not without a solid witness that will speak against him. Honestly, she's never done anything to be fined or get in trouble. Yet. The person I'd love to bring in as a witness is Aldos Othran. That is, if we could sober him up for 5 minutes. I haven't approached him myself, as Ulrich has eyes everywhere. However, he doesn't know you well enough yet to suspect anything. If you want to help, you need to get Aldos to agree to become a witness. Nothing else can be done.
I don't know about this plan, bro, but I'll go see what I can do.
What? You say something? Who are you?
Ha! That stupid Swit? Throw me out of my home, will he? I'll show him a thing or two about messing with an Othran. All I did was fall down, sure. Maybe even vomited on the floor of the tavern. Charge me 6 times, Ulrich? Charge me, you fetcher! Well, I'm not standing for this anymore. You come with me and I'll show you what the Othrans can do when their backs are to the wall.
Stand clear.
This is my house. Get out of the way. Move, I say.
Sir, this property has been seized by his lordship, the Count of Cheydinhal. Leave immediately.
I said move, or by my ancestors, I'll put you on the ground with a split lip.
Sir, I must warn you that threatening a city guardsman is an offense punishable by a fine of no less than 50 gold. Pay, or be jailed.
You Swit. How dare you? Ulrich be damned. He can take his fine and stuff it up his backside.
You've been warned. You're now under arrest. Please, come with me.
I'll go nowhere with you, fetcher. Nowhere.
Get fucked.
Move along, citizen. There's nothing to be done here. You saw what happened. I had no choice. Aldos attacked first, and I had to defend myself. If you don't like it, take it up with Ulrich.
Is something amiss? What's wrong? Oh no, they killed him. I can't believe this. Ever since his wife passed at the hands of the bandits, his life has been miserable. I'd grown to become fond of him. I wanted to take him into my house, but I was afraid. And now look what's become of him. There are no more options left. Ulrich must be dealt with, and actions speak louder than words. You must do something for me. Go tell Ulrich that I have some information that incriminates him. Tell him to come alone, or he won't get it. Then lead him here, and I'll do the rest. I'll make the necessary arrangements for his burial. He'll be buried next to his poor wife. Ulrich will not buy his way out of this one. He'll pay, I promise you.
Sounds like a great plan, but before we proceed, let's see what Garrus has to say.
We must put an end to this travesty of justice. Aldos will be mourned. I won't sit by and watch the innocent being driven to the brink like that. Something must be done, but without bloodshed. Llevana has always been quick-tempered. You must reconsider her plan. It can only lead to prison for her and for you. I swear that Ulrich will pay for this. We must handle this carefully and prove to the Count that he needs to be arrested. Ulrich has been watching me, so I haven't been able to enact a plan I devised to bring him down. That ends today, now that you're here. The evidence we need to incriminate Ulrich must lie within his quarters. You must sneak in there and retrieve it without being seen. If you're caught, there isn't anything I can do to help you. Just be careful.
Okay, so now we have two options. Let's explore each of them. First, we'll do things Garrus's way. Sneaking into Ulrich's room, we can find a suspicious letter that he wrote to a family member. Dearest Isabel and Janetta, I should be able to send you another package of money and goods within the month. This posting is proving more lucrative than I first suspected. Who knew that Indaris would be so easy to dupe? He doesn't even care. He's so busy wrapped up in his own affairs, and I mean that literally, that he has no time to pay attention to the daily operations of Cheydinhal. I've decided to raise the fines again next month. Then we can begin constructing that summer keep we'd always wanted, my cousins. More to come soon. My love to both of you, Ulrich. So Garrus was right after all. Ulrich has been enriching himself with the fines he's levied against the people of Cheydinhal. Let's report back to Garrus.
You're back. Good. Did you find the evidence? You've done it. This letter will spell his undoing when I present it to Count Indaris. Splendid work indeed. I must hasten to the Count and deliver this immediately. Please, meet me back at the Cheydinhal Bridge Inn in about 2 hours.
2 hours later.
I come from speaking with Count Indaris, and after speaking to the Count and in light of the evidence you recovered, Ulrich has been removed from his post and arrested. Many guards are coming forward with more evidence of his greed, so it's safe to say he'll be spending quite a bit of time in the city dungeons. I've been promoted to the post of Captain of the Guard, and hope to return respect to the peacekeepers of this town. The Count and I thank you for helping bring Ulrich's hold on Cheydinhal to an end, and for doing so without unnecessary bloodshed. As a token of our gratitude, as you did this at the risk of false imprisonment or perhaps your life, we reward you this bounty of gold. On behalf of the people of Cheydinhal, I thank you. Ulrich will be spending years in the city dungeons. This should give him plenty of time to reflect on what he's done.
And with that, he gives us 150 gold. Let's go talk with Ulrich in prison.
Come to gloat, eh? Well, you'll get no apologies from me. You better hope I never get out of here. If the guards don't do something about the Oblivion Gate soon, I'm leaving town. It's not safe here.
You're not going anywhere, buddy.
Remorse? Ha!
This guy really doesn't give a fuck. That wasn't very satisfying at all. So let's try things Llevana's way. We can speak to Ulrich Leland and ask him to come to Llevana.
I don't like being disturbed. So, you say Llevana wishes to see me? Very well, lead on. This should prove amusing. So, Llevana, I hear you have something I'd want to see.
Ulrich, how dare you walk in here like you don't know what's going on?
Of course I know what's going on. What intrigues me is that you had the nerve to threaten me. I'm just curious to see what you've come up with.
Just because you run the law in this town doesn't put you above it. You're going to pay for what happened to Aldos.
Aldos was a drunkard and a fool. He decided to draw a blade and attack a guard, so he paid the price.
You bastard. How many more people are going to pay the price? How many more have to die just so you can earn another gold coin?
I'm not going to stand here and debate this all night. You give me that evidence and I'll consider not having you executed.
As you wish, Ulrich. Come, my lovelies, your feast has arrived! That's all I'll be needing you for. Stay and watch, but don't interfere.
What? She paralyzes him and sicks a bunch of rats on him who eat him to death. On his body, we can loot some decent armor, a weapon, 5 gold, and 3 sets of keys. Damn, Ulrich is jacked, bro.
I feel we must put an end to this travesty of justice.
Already did, bro.
I'm very disappointed in you. The proper way to do this would have been my way, but you chose bloodshed. I should have you arrested. However, since you aren't fully at fault, I won't report your involvement to the Count. Llevana, on the other hand, will pay for her crime. I'll ensure that her stay in jail is not long. Obviously, I had no love for Ulrich, so I'll do what I can on her behalf. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must speak to the Count. Please, meet me at the Cheydinhal Bridge Inn in 2 hours.
2 hours later.
After speaking to the Count and reviewing your testimony, we decided to reduce Llevana's sentence as she was acting for self-preservation. I've been promoted to the post of Captain of the Guard and hope to return respect to the peacekeepers of this town. The Count and I thank you for helping bring Ulrich's hold on Cheydinhal to an end, though we would have preferred having him brought up on charges. As a token of our gratitude, as you did this at the risk of false imprisonment or perhaps your life, we reward you this bounty of gold. On behalf of the people of Cheydinhal, I thank you.
With this option, we only get 75 gold. However, by selling the armor and weapon that we looted from Ulrich's corpse, we can actually make more money than we would if we just turned him in. Let's pay a visit to our old friend Llevana in prison.
I'm overjoyed to hear that Garrus has replaced Ulrich as the captain of the guard. I'm sure he'll do a fine job. Don't be upset. I knew what I was doing the moment I asked you to lead Ulrich to me. I was fully aware of the consequences. Given the opportunity, I think Ulrich would have had me killed. I'm not sorry for what I've done, but I don't wish to be revered as a hero either. I thank you for your help. I'm sure your conscience weighed heavily upon you as you led Ulrich to his death. You did the right thing.
Llevana also shows no signs of remorse. So what lessons have we learned today? I think it's this: live life with no regrets. What is your favorite way to complete this quest? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Big Dan for more Elder Scrolls videos like this one. Thanks for watching. This is Big Dan Gaming. Until next time, see ya!